Howdy-doody. Let's go and see. There we go. We don't have the chat box right now, but that's fine. I can get to work on doing that and multitask while doing an introduction. Let's see how that goes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, players.
Hello.
Hello. We are here again with another session with the Rat Pack. We don't have Sikar today, so I'm going to be playing his character. Hello, Sikar. So
shockingly accurate portrayal.
Oh dear. Last week we left off with the group dealing with a small elf patrol, negotiating to a point, violence. Eventually, Radrian leaving to go and negotiate with the elves, leaving you to go and do some holy work at the stone circles, or stone circle. 3 of you thus far have completed some sort of visionary quest. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but all of a sudden, Reinhard, you were hunting in the woods, having prey to Tal. Sighard and Yodicus were on a battlefield, facing down, what was it, a horde of greenskins. And Godbert is currently inside a tavern. Indeed. Godbert, you have just, I believe, no, goddamn, I don't actually remember the roll anymore.
I had 5. I failed with 5.
I remember you failed badly.
5 criticals or something. Yeah.
You have 5 bleeding conditions.
Yeah.
On your current roll.
Yeah.
Would you like to take your 5 bleeding conditions?
Yes, because I only have to win the final roll.
You do indeed. And I will say, we didn't give you the plus 10, we gave you a minus 10 instead, and you did know that it hurt, so we'll make it 3 bleeding conditions.
Yiduk.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Ron, as you clearly recognise his face looking up towards you, looks at your hands that are from your sleeves, trickling down with blood. You're not sure where it's coming from. You don't feel any pain, but nevertheless, your hands and the cards you're holding are being absolutely covered in blood.
You're not trying to cheat me, are you, Ron?
Hey, would I do a thing like that?
Oh, yeah.
You can roll an intuition test then.
Oh, shoot.
Hang on. I'm not rolling it so the chat can see. What would that be? Private roll.
Whoop.
Okay, I know what I rolled. You never know. You never know. You wouldn't be surprised if he's pulling your leg, but you also wouldn't be surprised if you end up on the back of an apothecary's wagon, or a corpse cart, rather. All right, then. We got 1 more to go.
Right. Well, let's make it count then. I think I just rolled a gamble.
How's about, by the way? We up the stakes.
Up the stakes? What do you have in mind?
Oh, well, I'll tell you afterwards, eh?
It's unusual, huh?
I'll make it worth your while. But if I win, it's going to cost you more. How's about that?
Well, that's no lie, so... Well, here goes. Oh, I shouldn't have done plus 20, but...
Did you do a minus 20?
It's the minus 10 now, so it should be...
55.
55, yeah.
Oh, that's hidden. That's a roll of 65, which is... I just need to compare that to his gamble, because it would have made more sense for me to roll that. He got like a 1.
I'll just re-roll.
Just a re-roll. You've got 1 SL to beat.
let's do a reroll first.
Okay.
There we go. Yep. Again, that's against
That's
the
a
55.
55.
So -1.
How's it? Dark deal?
No. Oh, this should be 2. No, actually 1. I'm inclined to use a fate point
Okay.
to just roll a 1. Or what is it? Resolve. Resilience?
Resilience to... Yeah, resilience would basically give you the desired roll of whatever you like. A natural 1, an 11. I'll count the 2 as the same thing. It's just the best result possible.
Yep. I'll do that.
Okay. You have your cards in front of you. Eye them up initially. Doesn't look like the best hand possible. Till you flip one of them over, realising it was a double face card. Lay it face down. Well, how's about that? Starts licking his fingers. We'll try a bit.
What?
You've got wine pouring down from your sleeves.
Oh, well, look at that.
A small child behind you holds on to a goblet.
Oh, come here, kid. It's a shame to waste this. I'll hold up my sleeve and pour it right in that.
All right, you. Scram. Little kid runs off. Right. As I said, I'll do what I can for you. How's about a choice? Nah, I tell you what, I'll give you both. I was going to give you a surprise, or I'll give you the lowdown. I'm going to give you both. You want the old lowdown of where Gilly's gone, eh?
Yeah, preferably.
Yeah. Well, you know she's at the tower, don't you?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what that man's gonna do? Well, you can't call him a man anymore. He's long past that.
Yeah.
He's been torturing her the past 3 months, softening her up a little bit. He's already started the ritual. That's what's going on with the night.
Is he trying to summon his wife?
His daughter. He's gonna take her soul, put it into Gildas. Only he can't turn her into the dead first. He has to do it on a living subject. Now, you best hurry, 'cause by my reckoning, if you go there as fast as an horse can carry you, you might still be late. Word to the wise, though. If you ain't turned her yet, proper turned her, you'll know. She's pasty white. There ain't gonna be anything you can do for her. She's still got a bit of colour to her skin. Don't do anything rash.
Yeah. I think I've been in that situation before.
Yep.
Well,
Now,
hope for the best.
well, I wouldn't just hope for the best. I'll give it legs. I'll get on your horse and get down there as fast as you can. There's gonna be a few of those deadites in the way, though.
Yeah, well, that rhymed right.
By a few, I mean a few hundred. It's a good job getting past them. You'll have to think quick.
Yeah. Quick.
Very. Now,
There's your lowdown. Any questions? I'll give you one on the house.
Oh. Shoot. What's the what was the other deadite stirring things up? Anything to worry about?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've been trying to take care of that one. She's an old friend of the Von Carsteins. Not so much. She'll be looking to make her way there too. Now that he's made it obvious where he is. She's gonna want to kill Gilly. She's gonna want to kill her twice as much if she's got Isabella in her. And she's gonna want to kill Otto too. Both friend and foe.
That's just swell.
No problem. She might well get in your way. But good luck. You'll be alright.
Well, I hope so.
I
I'll
would
be
say
pretty mad.
we've been looking into things on how to deal with her. So leave that one to us. Part of the surprise. But not the surprise. Right.
You better live up to it, or I'll come find you. You know.
Oh, you will. Don't you worry. You'll be surprised, all right. Now, get out of here.
Well, it's good seeing you around.
You too. Cheers.
Holds a glass up. Or a tankard, sorry.
Yep. Oh, I clink it with the goblet, I guess.
Clink it. Raise it up to your face. As you lower it back down again, you're not there anymore. And you feel a drip, drip, drip on your clothes. You're back at the stone circle. And it's raining. The mist is still exceptionally thick around you. You can see maybe 3 yards, but you can hear Sicard, Yodicus and Reinhard making noises. Gentlemen, you can take a few moments, but you will be able to find each other.
Oh, where is it? Where is it?
Hello?
Guys?
Yeah, here.
The griffin. Did you see it?
What?
Oh, must have been a dream or something. Just, I thought I was fighting something. Half lion, half eagle. Scared the bejesus. It felt like it ripped my arms off. Went straight for my face. Oh.
Sounds yeah.
We're okay?
Sounds like you had a good vision.
Yodicus, Sigurd? Sort of stumble around, looking for them, shouting their names, checking they're all right. A bit flustered, and physical sweat dripping off my face.
I look over at Sigurd, who's probably still got his eyes closed in his praying position. I'll get up slowly, dust my legs off. Well, you weren't the only one that saw something. I think we all did, after a fashion. I saw a battlefield that wasn't here in a body that wasn't my own. I'm hoping that I gave as good as I needed to on that particular field. But regardless, look down at my sword, which I checked to see if there's any blood on it. I assume there's not.
No.
Regardless, I feel like we've run out of time.
Yep, for damn straight. We gotta go post haste.
There is a figure approaching from mist. Tall. Very tall.
One we might know, might recognise.
Difficult to tell right now, a silhouette.
Who goes there?
It is I.
A very unhealthy looking yeoman clears through the mist, covered from head to toe in scrapes and cuts, bruises, you name it.
Run up to him and get underneath his arm. Come on. Let's go.
I am where I need to be.
You're not coming with us?
I reckon he's got business here.
I must first pray to Tao.
He's looking at the floor, not making a lot of eye contact, and free intuition check for you. Yodicus. I feel this is very pertinent to you, so intuition check for me, please. Average.
Average? Okay.
Yes.
It's not quite up to his usual
He
inscrutability.
knows.
Okay.
He knows. You've never seen this posture this defeated, and it's goes without saying. It's the only thing that could change a man like this.
Then I look at him, tip my hat. I'm sorry for everything. And I'll look him in the eye.
This is a test of sincerity. Yeah, he knows you're sincere.
Fear not. It is I who have failed. I am now to be tested.
Currently he has leather scraps left for trousers. And curiously, Reinhard, as you go to take his arm and support him, is holding onto a hunting bow.
It's not normally his weapon, though, is it? That's not his normal choice.
He does know how to use one, but he's normally found with a two-handed axe.
Yeah, yeah.
I would stand under a branch.
I'll help him over to where he wants to go. Not
Goes
say much to him.
to the centre of the circle, exchanges a few words with Sicard.
Yes, I understand. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Sicard steps away. I can still troll him when he's not here. Brilliant. Love you,
Oh,
Thork.
he'll catch that on the.
He'll catch up to get some hate mail. Anyway, he goes straight to the centre of the stone circle. We can actually remove your bleeding conditions now and your fatigue.
Thank you, Reinhard.
The gods be with you, Amanda.
Yeoman.
Remember. Yes.
The gods are closer to reality here than most places. If you have a chance, it'll be here.
That is what I have been trying to tell your lord for the past year.
Something about blah blah, avoiding a war, blah blah.
turns to you as you go, Reinhard.
Under a branch. Quickly.
I find a tree and stand under a branch.
He's drawn his bow by now, and he aims it straight up in the air. Draws it as strong as he can. Yes, we'll just go for a...
Oh,
Okay. It looks for a moment, and you, Reinhard, you've seen enough bows be shot. You would think this is about to snap into the amount of tension he puts into this.
yeah, this is looking like a full-on diamond as he pulls this.
Exactly. There is a very loud tong as the arrow just sails up into the air above him, disappearing into the mist. He, at this point, just looks up, drops the bow, puts his arms out, looking up, and waits.
Standing underneath quite a thick branch.
Find a bigger branch.
Yep. And then I put my buckler above my head too. Not that it will stop it, because it was coming down at that velocity. It's going to go right through it. But I put it up there anyway.
Okay. You wait. 10 seconds pass. Another 10.
Yeah, this thing went sailing.
You continue to wait nervously, and the arrow never comes back down. At least not where you are, but there is no sign of it. He picks up the bow again and turns towards you as a group.
Thank you. I know what I must do now. I will see you in the next life, perhaps.
Perhaps, yeah.
He steps away from you. You have
Nod
a
my head.
brief
Give him basically
moment for a retort.
I
If
just
one is
sort
needed.
of like, yeah, give him a nod as he sort of walks away. A genuine, respectful nod, but knowing that I'll probably never see him again.
And steps off into the mist. Gentlemen, you are alone.
Well, we should go.
Agreed.
At least before those elves come back and change their mind about us.
I suspicion they'll be deep in conversation for some time, but I think our own time appears to have run out, at least if I interpret my vision correctly.
Well, I was told as much. What did you see?
A hopeless battle, old man. A hopeless battle. Just had to make it count.
Did you?
Yes.
Good.
Which is why I'm not consumed with despair at the moment.
Well, I'm not so fortunate. I was told we may already be too late, so not looking forward to doing what I have to if we are too late.
Maybe we should move. The earlier we get there, the better.
Yep. Were we with the cart?
You
Yeah.
were,
Yeah.
till the treekin took it.
Yeah.
I think, let's just say the treekin picked it up and carried it off. Although I think I had it walk off with the cart, didn't I?
The stone, at least.
I think
Thought it was just a stone.
Yeah, it would have just been the stone. It's not gonna... Although I like it carrying a wheelbarrow, effectively. It's, yeah, it would have just picked up the stone and walked off. So there is an empty cart. And what is... If we... Go back to this for a moment. Let's just go to Haunted. Let's go for Haunted Ambient instead, because that music is making me frickin' anxious.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay, well...
Good old anxiety
I
music.
mean, in the words of Elfo, where the stones?
Yeah.
The cart is there, and half a horse.
A horse.
Half a horse.
Is it Darkfire?
No.
Okay. Is Darkfire with us? I can't remember if I came on my own horse.
No, rode on the cart, let's say. Otherwise, Darkfire would be dead.
Yeah, okay, let's not have that.
You have, if it's of any benefit, the front half of a horse. If that's better than the back half.
It's not. It's not.
Okay.
Well, looks like we got a cart, but nothing to pull it. So, I'd rather walk. Take anything we need.
Seems like we have
Agreed.
to.
We're gonna have to.
Let's start walking on.
Nothing for it.
Yep, I left nothing in the cart. Let's go.
Okay. We've had a correction from chat. You did come on Darkfire Reinhard, apparently, so for narrative consistency, he's not there.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Whistle for it.
I'm going to do my signature whistle for my horse. If he's within, I don't know, 200-300 meters, he'll hear me. If he's not, he won't come.
That's a good whistle. Okay. Well, let's see how well your whistle does. The
Yeah.
words of Scooter, blow your whistle.
Give me, well, what can I roll for a whistle?
Animal care, or charm
yes.
animal, rather.
From animal.
Charm animal, sorry. Do you have a charm animal? Yes, you do.
I do indeed. I'm going to roll
Because you are looking to charm him. I'll say average. It's your horse.
my horse.
And things are pretty darn quiet.
Give him a good loud whistle. And just wait there for a moment or two.
Okay. Make an average perception for me, please. So see what is around you.
It's low light, so I get a modifier of -10, but it is average. Let's see. It's pretty dark, pretty
It is
misty.
pretty dark.
And he's not within my normal vision.
No. There is a rustle over off in the distance. One that, Yodicus definitely doesn't pick up on.
No, yeah. I
yeah.
don't see Jack Dilly squat.
Your no but, Reinhard, is that you don't hear any sign or sound of what you would believe to be your horse. But you do hear a rustle off to your left, 20 or 30 yards, perhaps a bit more.
I'll look that way and wait another few seconds.
Snap of a twig.
Do I hear gallop of hooves?
No.
This is not Darkfire. Weapons. I ready my bow, looking that way.
Okay.
And I just wait and watch in that direction.
Shotgun time.
What is it?
I
Bear
do
with
not
me
know.
a second. 1. This is for Darkfire. Now, hang on. I need to do these as... That's fine. You can't see. Yay, Darkfire. Okay. I mean, or poor Darkfire. Right. Bolting. Out of the trees comes a horse.
Is it my horse?
Yes. Followed by a wolf.
Of course.
Your horse appears to have a very large bite mark out of the back of it. Gentlemen, we're going to roll initiative very quickly. And yeah, we're gonna oh god, okay. Don't do evil laughs. Don't do evil laughs.
Well, I want to see when I come up, where I come up on the initiative. Come on.
Actually, you come up tops, so let's pop you over there. Bear with me a second while I put some dramatic music on, because
Man,
I need
that
to...
was a terrible roll.
Yeah. When you're not paying attention, you're not paying attention.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
There we go. Right. As said, bolting out of the darkness comes your horse, Reinhard, followed by a wolf easily the same size. What would you like to do?
Shoot it. Straight away.
Fair enough. I don't blame you.
With the crossbow.
Shoot it
making
with a
sure
crossbow.
that I don't hit Darkfire.
Okay. I will count them as engaged in melee, because effectively it's hot on his on his tail, but he is large too, and it is close. So I'll give you a plus 20 still. So really, it's going to be hard to miss.
Yeah. Oh, I want to kill this thing.
Okay.
Apparently you do.
Yeah, I do.
Bear with me just a moment while I have a little bodger, Rudy. Its stats are horrendously meh.
Okay.
There you go, they're not anymore. Okay. You let a bolt loose, going straight for the leg to slow it down. A clean hit. And unfortunately, that was just an opposed crossbow test, because I guess yours wasn't loaded.
Brilliant.
Can
Good job.
you roll again, and we'll edit it to 13?
Yeah.
Because that way it does the damage for me. Or it's 8 plus...
This time I didn't target it.
Ah, no. Cancel that.
Let me try again.
Try again. Load it first.
Load it.
Okay, it's loaded.
My bad.
Ah, it's fine.
Alright, now I need to make sure I got it. Well, yeah. Get the right modifier. There we go.
Okay,
now,
there we go.
Now
Got the
change
right
that.
one. Yes, I'll change it. 13. Okay, 17 damage. Now at least it applies the damage for me, otherwise we'd be sat here doing maths all day. Okay, a clean hit on the right thigh, slowing it down considerably. Sigurd lets out a heroic roar. Okay. 50 or less he charges in, otherwise he does something else. Okay.
Stance.
He tries to stand in front of the wolf and do a defensive stance, because that seems like what he might do.
Yeah.
And the wolf is... If I just bite him with the wolf now, I'm going to feel so bad. But equally, that also seems like what would logically happen in this situation. Players, I'll allow you to decide for me. Do I bite Sigurd?
I would say it's going
Probably,
after Darkfire. No, I would say because it's going
Keep
after
going.
Darkfire, continue going after the horse until it gets past us, maybe? And if we hurt it
I'm
enough,
gonna put it down to a dice. I'm gonna give it
Okay.
30% chance. 66 or above, it'll go for Sigurd.
yeah.
And be like, oh, you're free. Okay. It was
we
really
go.
tempted by
Sigurd.
horse booty, but swiggity swoody, it sees noble booty instead.
Sorry, mate.
He just bumps into him, probably.
I hope I don't kill him. It does get charging bonus, but he does also get riposte and a whole bunch of other stuff. And what?
Well, why is he out of 15 with a charge bonus?
Oh no. Okay, that's not right.
He tried to attack with his right leg and fell over.
There you go. That's what he actually rolled. Okay,
Okay,
Sigurd, in response, is, for some reason, his weapon skill just got completely bodged. Sigurd is going to roll with his Blessed Rapier of Awesomeness. He is going to have some... okay, he's going to have a plus 20.
So bad.
He is at a penalty to defend, and Sigurd wins! Okay, he actually, with his rapier, manages to not only avoid the snarling teeth of this beast, but lash into the side of its arm as he steps neatly to the side, dealing a mighty 3 damage. Godbert, you're up.
No dice rolls on camera, apparently.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. Oh, damn, that's a big one. Yes. Hey. Oh, there it is. Hurdy burgity boogity. Wow. I succeed.
Okay.
The foliage around it tries to catch the wolf.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Temporarily, the wolf seems to be entangled by small, let's say, plants made of light. These little tendrils coming out of the ground.
Like, iridescent thingies.
Seen the Final Fantasy animated series? Maybe something a bit like that, but less orange, more light. Anyway,
And it has a blinded condition.
and it does have a blinded. Thank you very much. Now, not actually who it says, but I'm going to roll 1d3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Yodicus. Can you make me a challenging perception, please?
See here. Oh, I'm getting on target. Chuckles. Challenging perception.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. The good news is you do not have a surprise condition, but a dead elf has been slowly lumbering towards you and has just about managed to get close enough to do a lurching jog with a blade swinging down at you. So be prepared for... Oof. Okay, I'm just going to trim those stats down a bit. There we go. Yeah, it still has a whole bunch of conditions, so let's go. And I forgot to target. No, I did target you. Huzzah! Oh, just a melee basic test, apparently. Anyway, damage would be done. Yodicus, how will you respond?
Well, I will reconnect to the server briefly, and I will attempt to do a dodge.
Okay. It's also your
apologize
turn
for
next, but we can go to the horse and come back to you if you like.
If you could for just a moment, I'm going to dodge, but it's
Okay. The
having a
horse,
second loading.
Darkfire, is going to roll an athletics roll. And we're going to see how fast he done run. Wow.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
He's out of there. Huh?
Doing straight back home, as you say, running off.
Yeah.
he knows where he's going by the looks of it, Reinhard. He is bolting in the direction of town. And I will say for free, you do notice he has a good old bite mark on his bum.
Is it like fully bleeding, or is it a bite mark, or is it a bite gash?
A bite gash.
Full on tear.
It's... Make me a free animal care test. This is just to see how well you understand wounds on animals.
Pretty good.
He should live.
Cool.
But he's probably going to be limping for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Yodicus, you successfully managed to parry the zombie that snuck up behind you. It's now your turn. What would you like to do with your one advantage?
Shoot it in the face. We'll see if I manage that, of course.
Okay, well, let's have a go.
And is this one of the headless? This is more than... It'd be funny if this was the elf I already decapitated.
This is an elf with its throat clearly slit. As you can see, a gaping sort of smile where its neck is.
Let's try to remove the difference.
Close, but not quite.
Which would make sense if you just jumped at me and tried to stab me while I was about to shoot a wolf. So I miss.
Well, they do get to do a... they don't need to do a dodge, do they? So, never mind.
No.
Right. Take your advantage, sir. And we're back to Reinhard.
Good. I have stowed my crossbow. I pull out my pistol.
Okay.
And I shoot it whilst walking slowly towards it.
Direwolf?
Yep,
Is this?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I am like walking very slowly, aiming. Let's shoot.
Okay.
Let me check it's actually like loaded and such.
I'll give you a plus 20 in total, as you can get pretty darn close, but it is still jumping around Sighard trying to bite him currently.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is not a hit.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay. Do feel free for a miscast. That would be fun. No, never mind. Ruin my
much
fun.
better.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a decent hit. That is straight in the head. And one of its eyes just gets blasted clean out of the socket. Explodes. Flesh everywhere. It's still standing. Just about.
Pistol away and grab out
you know
shield.
what? I didn't give you an extra bonus or two because it's restrained, so I have just given you an extra plus 20 to hit, which means it has even less wounds.
Nice.
And now Sighard, Lord of Advantage, is going to swipe at it, and he's going to get an extra plus 20 to hit it. Because it's still technically entangled and it hasn't had time to break out yet.
Oh.
That was with a plus 20 apparently. Wow.
Wow.
Keeps complaining that he's not very good.
Yeah.
Freaking millennials. Okay. Yeah, that is... Okay, the other... Okay, it's the right leg. So it's now been hit, I think, in the left leg and the right leg.
No, I think it was the right leg with the crossbow. So we're hacking away at that.
One leg is going to pretty much gash, and the creature is going to temporarily fall to the floor. Instead of breaking out from its bonds, it spends the turn struggling and effectively is a coup de grace for you. We will not dilly-dally on the four of you jumping on its corpse. What we will do is just briefly ascertain what's going on with the zombie that is currently chewing on Yodicus. Godbert.
Yes. I assume that I... Holy shit! It's, where did that fucking brown rat come from? I wasn't engaged in melee, was I?
No. You are safe.
startle and jump aside, and sort of by reaction, I guess. Yep.
Okay.
And nothing happens. Fizzle a bit.
Bzz, bzz, bzz. Okay. Yodicus, you may oh no. First you need to be attacked by a zombie. Hand weapon. Respectable. Yep, if we didn't have all those damn conditions on her, but yep. An easy dodge for you. These creatures are slow. The way they wield a hand weapon is nothing compared to the orcs you've recently faced off. If you can land a hit, you might be able to floor this one. It doesn't have much of a neck left.
See what we got. Huh.
Okay.
I guess I'm just rattled by trying to get out of the way of it.
Let's
and not
see how
being
it
able to line up a
defends.
shot.
Yeah, you are being out-dueled by a zombo. So
Just staggers out of the way at the right moment.
the shame on you. It's actually up to 2 advantage now.
The thriller dance.
Yeah, Reinhard, can you stop this one single zombie from biting Yodicus? Sighard is effectively, he's just stabbing the wolf, so he's out of it.
So this is the most furious Reinhard has ever been at this wolf. You can physically see him like venting. He's dropped his pistol on the floor. He's getting out his sword, and he's just about to go and literally stab this thing and decapitate its head, when he realizes there's another shot that's just to the left of him. Sort of like glances around in it, because he had no idea there was a zombie over there. Absolutely no clue. Yeah, kind of looks round, looks at Yodicus, and then charges with the light hand weapon and shield.
Okay. Make me an attack. You do kind of outnumber it, so you can have a plus 20 in addition to ticking the advantage box or the charging box. Make your attack. This zombie by now is in full swing. Go zombie. Okay, no, I don't think it. No, it's yeah, okay. Smack. This one was hanging on by a thread. It goes down to the floor. And again.
The anger that you saw in Reinhard's bloodshot eyes just got focused on this wandering zombie. So he just comes along and where did I hit it?
In the arm.
Apparently, his right arm.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up through its arm and across its neck.
Nice. Both limbs come off.
Just completely enraged.
It's only an elf after all, so
yeah,
pretty fragile, especially when dead. And for now, all seems relatively quiet.
Apart from Reinhard stabbing and chopping this wolf to bits, he's really, really vexed at this dead wolf.
Sighard has effectively performed acupuncture on its head using his rapier. There's about 9 or 10 holes in it now, so its chi is truly balanced, and after mumbling a bit, Sighard's going to start quickly making a jog toward town.
Assuming at this point either Yodicus is going to pull me off, or Sighard's going to say something, and I'll sort of begrudgingly pick up my pistol and start reloading as I walk off.
Okay.
Physically upset.
So, as the group of you start to make your way toward town, there is something else you meet of note. Who is leading the way? Reinhard, you're the most outdoorsy. Oh god, but perhaps.
Not me.
Yeah. Who's on point as you head back?
Yeah, I'll be on point. Yeah.
Okay, roll me a average perception. We'll give you a bonus after. Yes. Okay, that was
reloading
okay, you
my
really
pistol.
loaded that pistol well.
Sorry.
Crammed an extra bit of black powder in there just for good measure.
I will go back to the perception roll. Average perception.
Yeah. This will be poo now.
It will. I really wanted to reload that. Like
That's fine.
Seriously focused.
That is still fine. Fortunately, you're perceptive. You see a group of figures moving like dead people move. You've seen enough of these by now. You count a lot of them, and they're heading not toward you. Roll me a average navigation quickly, just to get your bearings.
Average navigation coming up. Okay. I'm pretty focused at this point. Like, as you can see from the reloads, he's just sort of like really taking his time and getting everything back in.
They're not headed toward Tarm.
Okay.
They're headed southwest. There's probably about
the group.
20 of them in total. Fairly loosely spread out, but you can see the figures within the mist fairly clear. They don't attempt to disguise themselves, and yep.
I'm just talking to the group the whole time about what I'm seeing, where they're going, giving accurate numbers and counts.
Of those that are closer to you, as you are sort of counting them up and surveying, you do notice one swing towards you for a moment. See its gaze fixed against you. And then it slowly droops its head back to continue its march.
Okay. I don't know if that one just looked at me or just happened to glance this way. But they don't seem, if it did see me, to come over this way. I suggest we move quickly.
Seem to be moving more south, southwest.
Yeah, about 20 of them southwest. They don't seem to be veering off course. Which way are we going, by the way?
More south.
Yes.
We're going Tom?
South, then their direction. Quick pit stop back home.
Yeah, okay.
At least that's where Sigurd's run off to.
Yeah. I guess he's rallying more of his dad to him. Building up an army.
Maybe the ritual itself is just calling the things.
Well, that too.
Let me see. Do I know? Nope.
I do not know of such things.
Nah.
I spent some time in that book, but I have yet to have it come up. Except once. It was successful.
Yeah, I don't know what you learned from there, but it's probably, I don't know, vampire etiquette.
Right, it's probably too technical. It's like, it's like, so real life application? I don't know.
Okay, so you've got a group heading in front of you. They're passing by. By the time you've updated everyone, Reinhard, they're probably half of them have drifted past.
Oh, best send somebody ahead when we get to Tom. I don't know what's in that path, but sure can need a warning.
I'll get a couple of wardens up there. Run ahead with the horses.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Well, let's get going.
Move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move.
You push forwards. There are signs on the ground as you head back that a few more wild burial sites have been disturbed, whether it be just deep in the dirt where a beastman's body once lay, or whether it was a grave of a Tarlite. It's not exactly clear, but there are holes in the ground occasionally as you pass back, but unmistakably have been previously home to something.
Well, that was to be expected. Better make sure that all the greys in and around town are not disturbed.
Oh, we've already had to deal with that.
Oh, well. Right, we have to deal with it again.
I'm a meme.
Wow.
It's just every time I have an opportunity to come up and try to, really look at it. What does it mean? Hell if I know, Jim. Hell if I know.
Too dark. You're reading it in the dark. Have a candle.
That's very kind of you to say that.
You're a meme. I love it.
So, memes, you have arrived back at Tarm. On the outskirts, things seem relatively quiet. And it's still nighttime.
Really dark.
It never wasn't nighttime.
That's true, yeah. Well, it's still dark. It's always been dark.
For far too long. There is smoke coming out of the chimneys. You can hear a few people talking in the streets as you approach into the town, but it does seem eerily quiet. You would imagine most people have boarded themselves up. One of the guard greets you. Afternoon, my lord. Welcome back.
Good afternoon.
I trust you had a nice, where have you been?
We had some business to see to, more of the same issues. We were attempting to gather some help and assistance in putting an end to this problem permanently. Took us out of town, I'm afraid. Hopefully, it will be exactly what we needed. It will at least give us more than we had to begin with. Now, I'm going to look over at Bert. Tell me, how far march to the tower?
Oh, how far? 2 days? I don't know. A day?
On a horse, a day. Maybe? Maybe a little bit less.
What is this? Just want to see if I can get a sense of the status of the town itself, if anything odd has happened since I've been here.
Do you have a guard there with you?
Well, sir, the graves have been rising up. The shrine to Moor has been desecrated. He no longer seems to be watching over. A few of them rose up, and few villagers that tried to quell them were attacked, but a few of them they just let the Deadites move. Seems
What direction?
Oh, they're headed that way.
Point southwest.
Yeah, I figured.
Big gathering. I think maybe the final reckoning.
Seems it.
Yes, on the plus side, they didn't seem particularly bothered about attacking anyone who wasn't immediately close to them, so we tried to put some to rest, but there was too many of them, and, well, there's only 4 of us, so
Understand.
we nipped a few off, but, well,
Are there any raiding animals left in the town? We may need to be able to, how should I put this? Unfortunately, we may have to beat some of the dead to where they're heading. The good news is they're not very fast. The bad news is, well, you know the bad news already.
I see. Yes, well, I'm sure we can prepare a few of the horses first. Might have to borrow some of the road warden's ones, even.
Not a problem.
Right.
I'll recruit a couple of my guys.
Also, weird thing. Horse came back about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, good. It's Darkfire.
Yeah, well,
It's my horse.
right. He nearly broke the bloody gate down. Anyway, I'll go see to the horses, and yeah, I better lock up.
Locks the gate behind you. And to answer
Okay,
a curiosity from chat, this is before the other group have arrived here. Just timescale wise, obviously, because Tom's not on fire currently.
Cool. So I'll go with him and check the horses.
Mm-hmm.
To go and check on Darkfire, give him a little bit of love.
Okay. Yodicus Gobert. Horses are being prepped, you have a minute or two. What do you like to do?
Well, we'll go see the old man. I can't see anything. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's very dark.
Yeah.
Zoom out.
I was
It
gonna
is
say it's
very
extremely
dark.
Yeah, I'm going to see the old man. Yeah, there we go. That's the old man. I forgot his name. Oh, Osric.
Hello.
Well, Osric, it's confrontation time.
Oh,
He seems average intuition for you, God, but just to read on his lucidity.
Intuition. Average.
Okay. He's better than he was. He recognises you as you come in, but you still look at him and you're like,
Yeah.
he's still nuts.
well, will I be fighting?
Well, I can make you some tea, and then you can come with.
Oh,
But might also be good to make you a whole bunch of tea and then stay here and
tea.
help out here.
I like tea.
Yeah, the tea that makes you feel better, you know?
Yes. Have you noticed a shadow?
Yeah, we're going after it. But the shadow's creeping here as well.
Yes. Look.
They might need you.
When he says look, he points down to the shadow that is created by a tankard on the table with a candle the other side of it.
Look.
Yeah, it's a shadow. Yeah.
Oh no. Look.
Sort of like grabs you by the shoulder and just pulls you down towards it.
Yeah, I should I roll perception or something?
Average.
Average.
It feels like that optical illusion where something's moving but you're not quite sure.
Oh. It's spreading.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we saw The Walking Dead earlier, so that makes sense.
They're coming.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely make you a bunch of that elucidating or whatever, rejuvenating tea, or well, at least it clears your mind. Maybe you can help out when shit hits the thing, twirly thing. I don't know, it's not invented yet. Here.
Okay. So you're brewing him some now, yeah?
Yeah, I think I'll take
Okay.
some time to make him a large, like a I don't know, a drinking flask or a bottle or
Famous
whatever.
flask of it.
Yeah.
Ah, that is better. So, Godbert, will you have me defend the town?
You can come with, but I think you're more needed here. It's going to be pretty bad here as well.
It is pretty bad everywhere, Godward.
Yeah.
I am too old for this. This is a decision for the young, such as yourself.
Well, the only thing you can do is, you can either come with or stay here. There's nowhere else you can go because everywhere is bad.
This is your story, Godward.
Yeah.
I will leave this choice to you, and I will serve.
Well, I could use your help, but it's more after, I think, because
Well,
I have a feeling I'm about to meet my end.
many of us are.
Well, people might need looking after. I don't know.
I will not be looking after many. Not catering to them, at least. I will defend where I am set. Question is, Godward, where will you set me?
I think they have need of you here.
Very well.
Is there any last advice, old master?
There has not been a power like this before, not in these lands. So I do not know what you are up against. But all I know is that if what I have been told is true, you must hurry. Hurry or we will all die.
We'll hurry.
For extra dramatic effect, after he says we will all die, there is a sound that initially is a lot like lightning. And then another. Begins easier to differentiate it from lightning. Sounds more like a mountain cracking. If such a thing were to happen.
That will be the start.
Yeah. Well, die well, old master. I will meet you on the other side.
It is not your time yet. Not just yet. But we shall see. I've been wrong before.
Well, Gods be with you for whatever that means.
Yes. And you. Let me impart you a spell. I think you may need it. My grimoire.
Hands you like a napkin with like 2 spells on it.
They may be of some use. I have them more or less memorized by now. Or I used to.
I'm afraid you'll have to,
He looks to the ground, sort of like ashamed.
I think you'll have to read this out to me. Because I don't have to. I don't seem to have my glasses.
Still can't read.
Do not worry, Goblin. I have done this in the old tongue. The one we used to write in. Just make the shapes with your mouth that are the shapes on the paper.
Oh, like, oh, that's really old school.
Not particularly accurate, but it kind of shows you what shapes to make with your mouth. And it sometimes worked when he was teaching spells before to people who couldn't read.
Oh, thank you, old master. One final lesson.
Maybe practice them just a little bit on the way.
Yeah.
Just kind of get it going.
There's another crack in the background, this time larger.
Well, that's my sign. I have to go.
They're coming. If you see any alive, tell them to find shelter. Hide.
I will do.
This is a war we cannot win. We can only hope to survive. You must win this war. This is yours.
Well, Godspeed. And, don't sell your hide too cheaply. And, looks around the room for what he believes is the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And, cheerio, and then just leaves.
Okay. Meanwhile, Sigurd looking skeptical.
Probably.
Just of everything. I assume right now he's just quickly getting a couple of rations, doing some noble things, probably telling Santiago to feed the sheep and the servants, and
Water the plants.
yeah, exactly.
Feed the cat.
Hmm.
One last thing, Godbert.
Just as you step outside.
Turns around.
The ritual must be stopped.
Yeah, I know.
It must be. For all of us. Now fly. You fool.
Flap, flap.
Flap, flap. Both of you looking a bit like moths. Okay. What's Yodicus writing at the moment?
He's writing a letter to the maybe girlfriend, not sure, and decides after the first attempt to just. There was a very flowery letter he was writing, and then he looks at it, crumples it up, and just writes a very simple missive. As a set of instructions if she receives this letter, and it's the in case of apocalypse break glass letter, and signs it fondly yours. So it went from very well diplomatically worded to he just stops, crumples it up, throws it away, makes it real simple. No flowery language or anything. Folds it up, hands it to one of the road wardens, and instructs him that should the city start falling apart, one of the ones he knows that road, to take this to the next fallback point, which will probably be, her barony.
Okay. I feel like Yodicus needs a pep talk today with his rolls.
The rolls are terrible.
That'd be hoof, I think.
Having a...
the actual character is oddly in a good mood. The rolls are terrible, but the character is actually seems more optimistic than most everybody else is.
Just
but he
get
had
those bad rolls out of the way, I guess.
That's how I'm going.
Ready for next week, yeah. So I'll get basically Hoof to follow those instructions from Yodicus, as he seems to be the one that likes to run away. So I'll get him.
It's like the one guy we know will be a coward. It'll give him an excuse
Yes.
to be one. Yes.
So let's give it to him, because he values his life.
I'm down. I'm down with that. Who's walking through the middle of the street right now? Reinhard, you'll have walked through. Amelin. Reinhard, were you nearly poisoned by a halfling? No? Okay.
I was not there.
Yodicus, then. As you're passing by Amelin, who you became frequented with, she is currently stood outside of her shop. It seems like a few people are huddled up inside. Free average perception test. You're going to pass the test sooner or later, don't worry. Haha, he
Not
says.
this one, though.
No, I mean, that could have been clutch.
I may use a fortune point to reroll this, just to see if we can break the...
Bait your players into it. Okay. It sounds like her general store is more like a tavern at the moment. There's quite a lot of noise coming from inside, and it's an unusual tavern, as there's a lack of bassy sounds. It sounds like there's probably 5 to 10 women inside, all conversing and talking. You're out there,
stop by the
Yoddy.
door. Aye.
How you doing?
Been better.
Yep. So's I see.
So tell me, how does the town fare? I'm afraid I've been busy trying to save every other town.
Things are more or less on pause until we get some sunshine back.
Imagine so.
Buckling down for the inevitable war, I think.
Well,
That's what the older ones are saying anyway.
I'll tell you this. You see the track that the dead left walking?
Yep.
If all hell breaks loose out there, strange lights, nonsense like last year, you turn around and you see that path they walked, you walk the opposite one.
Well, let's hope that we're not in the way of any of them.
Doubtful. We passed some already from the north of here, so you should be fine. They'll have cleared out. If you loop back round toward Blute Rock, you'll probably be alright. Just be careful.
Don't know as I fancy myself on the road.
Don't know if anybody does.
We'll stay here for now, but does make you wonder if our graveyard's been desecrated. Makes you wonder what's going to happen to the largest graveyard in Rackland.
Looks over at the Haga crypts to your right. There is another crack coming from that direction.
I suspect it'll be just what you suspect.
I hope so. Due for a good fight.
Well, at least you'll keep yourself entertained.
Got some friends keeping me company from out of town. They
That's so.
decided to take shelter somewhere a little less lonely. You're alright for a bloke.
Why, thank you. I try. Whiskey! Offer the whiskey from my flagon.
As I said, you're alright.
Takes it and has a swig.
Ladies, for your time.
Aye. Best of luck.
Reckon I'll be needing it.
Tosses you a little coin. Looks more like a token carving. Do you have law theology?
No. Lore politics, not lore theology. Or lore Reichland.
You could roll a law Reichland. Challenging.
Hey!
It's not a fertility god, but it is one of the lesser known ones. The engraving of it is of a female bust.
Do I recognize?
not common, but you probably have heard stories of people that worship not necessarily known as heresy, or it's just as simply a lesser known god.
Right.
A few different names. I'm actually looking back through my notes now because this was created back before I did session 1.
Wow.
Yeah. Many names, we shall simply say. But as you're looking down and inspecting, don't let your eyes pop out.
Well, wouldn't want to look too closely. I tuck it into my pocket. Lady friend is awfully persnickety about such things, you know. Give her a wink.
I know she is. When you see her one day, give her that coin.
All right. Pause in the process of putting it in the pocket, and I look at her, give her a nod, and slowly back out.
Okay. Do you still have, because you might not get another opportunity to use this today, and I'm not trying to meta game too much here, your talent?
I do. I haven't used it.
Schemer.
Yep.
I'll allow you to bank it if you need it, or you could roll on this question at a later time during the session if you wish.
I think I might use it because this is the kind of thing that would immediately trigger that kind of thinking, and
Okay.
the rest of this is a basically straightforward, let's go deal with the problem.
In which case, I hadn't planned for you to use it, but I was just like, oh yeah, this might be less ambiguous because you got that talent.
I was actually thinking about using it right before you spoke of.
GM perform a secret intelligence test. I can do secrets. Blind.
It shows up in the camera box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For a moment, you kind of have this paranoia that maybe your girlfriend is part of a cult that is all about female empowerment and hates men.
I ponder this. Well, if the shoe fits...
And it looks like you might have... maybe they already know each other? I'm going off of your role here. Maybe this is a secret communication between allies, or maybe it's an invitation. Could be either.
Yeah, both of those I think would equally appeal to his personality. Like, I think he understands that she is somebody who does not like being crossed at all. So, the idea that these two groups of people, given the way they act, would know each other somehow and would communicate, the idea of like trade societies or secret societies really wouldn't bother him all that much, except to be like, these people know each other. Interesting.
By cult, I don't mean heretical, simply
I know what you meant.
Organizational.
Organization, yeah.
Yeah, behind the scenes organization. Anyway, that is perhaps a story for another campaign, but one we can explore at a later date. But the seeds shall be sown wherever possible. Gentlemen, the horses have been readied. Seagard, mumble something.
How is Darkfire?
You can roll me a quick animal care. You can still do average.
So I wouldn't be caring for it myself, because obviously I don't have any sort
just quickly
of
checking
healing.
up.
But I'll roll an animal care anyway, see how he's doing.
Yeah, okay. He's being well looked after. Wounds have already been dressed by the stable boy.
Nice.
The new stable boy, I would add. The last one, I just need to make a roll for. Okay, and one more roll. Yeah. The last one died. He got kicked by Gotts's horse.
Okay, Tony the pony.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the second stable boy he killed.
So I'll awesome. I'll give this stable boy who's been looking after Darkfire an extra few pennies. Just
Okay.
say, look after him well. Let him rest. If he bolts, let him go.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is I can sort of like, if I need to whistle for him at some point, I can let him out and he'll come to me.
Okay.
But then head back to the group. Yeah.
Roger, roger.
What is this music, by the way?
I don't know. Depends if you've got what I've got.
Okay.
I don't think you've got what I've got, so... I've got very mellow music right now.
Very calm. Yes.
Yeah, Morgana Rides is the name of the song.
Okay. Surely it's more tense, it's been dark for quite a while, the sun hasn't risen. But okay.
Yeah. It is fairly tense.
Okay.
Sort of. It's mellow tense.
Okay.
Right.
One last thing. I forgot.
He sort of jogs to the end of the street there. I know it's light here. It's probably here. I don't know.
Kiddos, come here. Where are those damn kiddos? Am I at the right house? It's dark.
Psst.
Oh, there you are.
Hello,
Come here.
Cuthbert.
Hey,
Hey up.
I'm good. Now, it's going to be dangerous here, and you have to be brave. Do you have those things I told you to make?
Hey.
No.
Points down to a little
Yeah.
bucket full of them.
Good. Now, let me, poopy face. No! Guess I'll just have to try again.
This time, I'm just going to try again, I guess.
Okay. But first, for unknown reasons, we need to roll a miscast.
Yep.
Table.
I already did it.
Oh, you've done
minor
it.
miscast, yeah. I've
Okay.
done it on the macro.
There you go. Macros away. I should make more macros that are useful like that. Routine willpower test, please.
Ooh.
Eek. This could go bad.
What's root? Oh, plus 20. Why did they put that routine? That's new.
I don't know. Probably from translating it to another language,
Yeah.
then back again, is my guess.
Routine. Well,
Okay.
There we go.
Good roll.
Right, you may try again.
Dang it. Try harder, Godbird. Boogity boogity. No!
Am I going to use a reroll?
I'll allow
sure,
you
face.
3 casts in total,
Okay.
but only because you can also miscast on each of them, so...
Well,
We are
third time's a
people.
charm.
But
That's a pun, sort of.
That is.
There you go.
there you go.
Okay.
So that will
Now-
be the majority of your time now is just... Okay.
Now look, kiddo, you give this to the people. And might not help them when they're alive, but at least it'll sort of help to prevent them from, bad things.
I'll
And you be safe now.
I'll go give them to one of the guards to give out. Say that you did it.
Yeah.
All right.
And remember that thing I taught you. If you're in trouble, just woolly doodle.
Excelsior.
Yeah.
Yep.
You be good now.
I'll give them a pat on the head.
Okay. seems relatively calm, all things considered, for perpetual nighttime. Gentlemen, you are assembled. The coach at the ready. Rex at this point has made appearance off-scene, something we won't necessarily narrate, but has conversed with Sicard with a small group, an entourage that seem to be following him about, which point Rex agrees to stay here. Simply because there's not enough horses to take all of his dudes. And where he goes, they go. And vice versa. Sicard mumbles and comes back. Gentlemen, any final words before you set off?
I feel oddly more comforted now that I know that the cult of angry lesbians has set up shop in town. That's a layer of unexpected protection. And I look at the sigil that I was handed one more time before shrugging and putting it back in the pocket. Thoughtful. Yeah. For once, not thinking about the dead. It's a nice distraction.
A very nice distraction.
It's like wow, conspiracies and not zombies eating everything. This is.
So I've sent off. So I've sent off Buck and Billy Badge. To ride ahead.
Okay.
I've told them to be very careful. Keep their distance. Any arrows, just turn around and come back. So, and anything that is shooting at them or running at them, and to be really wary of wolves, because the wolves are bigger and faster than the horses.
Okay. Just as you are about to set sail, from the eastern gate comes a rider on a horse, screaming something at the top of his lungs. But to find out what, we'll have to come back after a small break. See you in a bit. Howdy do to you, folk. So, just before we broke off into our little break, we had a rider coming from over to the east. Up and over the bridge, shouting at the top of his lungs. The dead are coming! The dead hats! All of them! All of them! Shouts as many doors and windows as he can until he arrives at yourself. He appears to be wearing the clothes of the mining corporation. Or the mining guild that you have in town currently.
The Hager Cribs.
My lord, I'll rode here as fast as I can. You would not believe how many there are.
Are they heading to the southwest? I point.
Yeah.
Thought as much.
Yeah, that's right. And,
So he points to the southwest and then points where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm. We're in the way of that, I assume.
His arms are in a straight line.
I figured as much.
Regiments of them, sir. Never seen anything like it. There's not just those slow-moving ones. They're marching. Shields and spear. I saws it. Clear as day. And they got big things with them too.
Did they look as if they were walking in formation?
Yeah.
Like blocks or staggering? Dotted around?
Formations in it. It's where like a square.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a square. At least two I saw. But there were more coming out of the ground.
How far have you ridden from?
Well, I came over from the mines. I was prospecting a little bit. Thought it was probably a good idea. What with it being dark all the time, good for sneaking. And, yeah, I may have gone a little too far. I must have saw him about 4 hours ago. Maybe 3.
His side note, his horse looks like it's about to die. Gives it a little pat.
Hang in there, mate. I'll give you a sausage.
Yeah, get a carrot and feed it to the horse. May the gods be with us.
We don't like vegetables.
Eats meat, does he?
Oh, yeah. Only the best.
I look at the horse skeptically.
Incredibly malnourished
Tell
horse.
Yeah, tell me, did you get this horse from over the western seas?
No, I found it.
What color is the horse?
Is it undead?
No, it's
No,
not.
no,
It doesn't. It's not dead. Does it,
No,
does
I
it
was
look
going to say, I'm
familiar?
pretty sure. Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at the horse to see what coloration it has. See, I've heard stories about the horses that come from across the ocean and how they're a little weird. Eat meat.
White and
fucking
grey.
Eat people, some of them do. So it's like,
White
like horses
and
with sharp
grey,
teeth.
we shall say. And there's a...
dark elves. Found some dark elf outriders horse abandoned.
Not quite.
It's one of my first thoughts. I'm like, yeah, he's got a jerky horse. That's
There
lovely.
is something about the
fucking
horse that
terrible.
just sort of strikes you as a bit...
Is it
But-
Norska?
Norse
anyway.
horse. Yeah, that's the other option.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah.
I'll do one roll for Reinhard.
Yeah,
There you go.
sort of.
It's like an H.R. Geiger alien. It's kind of got like another set
That's
of jaws.
Tony the pony.
It's
It's
Tony the
Tony.
pony!
It's
Yeah,
Tony.
that's what I thought.
This is Tony here. God's
Oh,
his
was that
horse.
his name? I was
Tony
calling him Philip. The
He's
steed.
This is Tony the pony.
Oh, right.
Right. Let's take him back. Take him by the reins.
The dude's currently riding on him.
Well, I found him. I've been riding on him all week.
Good.
Let the man have the horse. Let's see if it survives the night like the rest of us. We'll settle it up with the coachman later.
Yeah. Well, I'll take him back to where he's supposed to be and tell the little what's the guy that looks after the horses? Go back to him and just say, "This is Tony. He's killed a couple of stable boys, so careful with him."
Right.
Whether the mine is still on the back, I don't know, but I'm taking him back to the stables.
Okay, I will say as you leave, the guy's gonna make a very good case for why that's now his horse, of which his argument is about as strong as. Okay. Yeah, okay. The stable person just kind of blanks him. Like, nope. This is Gotz's horse. You don't have any paperwork. Leave me alone. Right. Gentlemen, finally we can get on the road. Which reminds me, where was my tense music? There we go. Gentlemen, it is time to set off on your journey.
And of course it's raining.
It's always raining.
We're basically running away from Tom as all the all the deadites are coming. I love it.
Well, they're kind of coming like side the town. I don't think it's like based on the behavior of everything we've seen so far. Although I did get a successful lore undead test, which is hilarious.
He did.
Okay.
Well, I used a
You
fortune
rolled a
point because
2.
initially I rolled
Okay.
a 98.
Okay.
Two.
You know that they generally will do as their master bids and have
Right.
an animalistic quality elsewise at best. So they
Right.
may lash out, but they are generally obedient. Your thoughts might be if you can stay out of their way, if you can keep a safe distance, you might be okay.
They'll just ignore us. If we're far enough away, they'll ignore us, basically.
Yeah, and if you get too close, they won't.
Right.
They're likely
passed
to
it.
attack like an animal.
It's more like they're high, super focused, but if you get their attention, all bets are off.
That's pretty much a good way of putting it. Gentlemen, you have a coach, you have a lantern. 2 horses pull your cart, and you're making good speed. Who's at the helm?
Yodica's is normally our driver, isn't he?
Yeah, I think I'll be the driver for this. It's a drive test.
Yes.
Well, I have the lantern at least.
How fast do you want to go?
I'm pushing the limits of speed here because we're trying to get in between the massive horde behind us and the tiny hordes. So I'm going to be trying to move at a pretty fast pace until I see something that's forcing me to go around it or slow down or something like that. But I'm going probably about as fast as I can.
Okay. Let's go for a challenging drive test, just to go at a faster than usual speed. Okay.
Ah, dang it.
It's not terrible. It is that a couple of the dead are going to get a little nibble at a horse. Just a small nibble. And they're zombies. And this is a nibble before they get trampled, because, as we've seen from my zombies, they are rubbish.
Hey, zombie.
I try standing up in the back and fall on my ass.
That's fair.
Okay. One zombie might just hit a horse. Let's do... It is versus large target. Let's just roll 1d100 target of 30. This is just for the... okay, so one of your horses is basically going to take a claw from a zombie with most of its flesh missing, and the bones manage to scrape through the hide of their animal. Just grazing it, but enough for it to sort of wheel out in a little bit of pain and develop a very slight wound. Seems to be just bleeding slowly, but as far as you can tell, no disaster. The light on your tavern, I would say on your tavern. Wouldn't it be nice to have a mobile tavern like this?
Actually, that'd be
good.
I'm going to wake up thinking I'm in a tavern.
Would that be a great campaign? Just having a mobile tavern.
Mobile tavern.
Just travel the world.
God, that'd be a great campaign, actually. You can do all kinds of random
truck.
stuff. Yeah.
Traveling
a
food
caravan.
truck.
Yeah, exactly. Sell sausages.
I think with that 99 strength test, I'm going to try and, like, stand up to try and, you know, push the zombies out the way, you know, shoot, view, do whatever. I'm actually going to fall over and bump my head.
Okay. Into the cart or off. Let's make a...
Oh.
Let's make a roll to see if you can stay on.
This was really bad. I genuinely just wanted to stand up, look around, sort of play...
Let's do... an athletics challenging to just not to prevent death, but just to make yourself land in the cart instead of off of it. Okay. You land in the cart.
So I was at the front of the cart and I tried to stand up and I saw falling straight back on my... I think I bumped my head a little bit. Wake up and think I'm in a tavern. Here, drink.
As you land, Reinhard, your eyes looking behind the cart, you see your light reflecting off of the eyes of something off in the darkness. And another.
Sort of lay there dazed, just looking at it, like blinking my eyes, looking, you know, upside down, lying on my back, looking backwards, sort of blinking, like, am I seeing this? Is this? I need a drink.
For a moment, they maybe look like stars, but kind of on the ground and running. Definitely, after a few moments and enough time to count, perhaps 8 pairs of eyes that seem to be keeping up with you.
Running at this speed. Okay.
What do you see?
I'm going to spin around on my hands and knees. I'm not standing up again. And just go, Yodicus, faster. We're being chased and they're fast.
Always something, I'm afraid. Always something.
Just sort of look at these things like, what the hell? What can keep up? Are they small eyes or big eyes?
Small. Like the size of a human.
Size of a human. Oh, I'm just sort of looking at this. Wide eyes open.
There are no noises either, which makes it particularly unsettling.
Challenging -10 perception. I'm looking. I just see the eyes.
Just the eyes.
Just small eyes. 8 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 pairs. At least
8
behind
pairs.
you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have some... That's better. More sound effects until we break Foundry. It's going to happen. Okay. Yodicus, let's have a challenging drive, please. This is opposed by a mystery.
Oh, jeez. I've no fortune left, but by God, I'm not letting that happen.
Good.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay, so with a quick you pick up pace. Reinhard, you see the eyes gradually falling and trailing behind. Still there, but you are clearly gaining ground on them. The ground is rough though, and this is not necessarily the smoothest ride. There are quite a few bumps. Yodicus. Actually, Godbert. Oof. Do you have... Bear with me a second, I have to now look at your talents. Just to see... Yeah, can you roll me an... never mind, I'll do it for you. I don't mean that, and that wasn't a bitchy way, by the way. That's like a GM should roll it. That was to the audience. You know what I'm talking about, but they might not. I'm not being a bitch. Godbert. Things are chasing behind. You're going faster. This is all very exciting and great until jumping from behind a bush to your left, humanoid shaped but running on its arms and legs, creature leaps out towards you. The cart travelling at such a pace that it's going to have a troublesome time to try and hit you, but it's going to try. Now, did I roll that as public? Yes, I did.
Yep.
But it didn't actually roll. So let's try again. Okay, I think I know what's going on. We duplicate the token, and then we try rolling it again. If not, I'll just roll a D100. Fuck you! Let's go with...
Old boundary.
What can I do instead? Okay. Let's try this one. Whoa, okay. Yeah, sure, that'll do. No one's rolling today. This is just wonderful.
I can roll.
You can roll. Let's see if Baron Somethinghausen's allowed to roll. Is it just me that's broken? Okay, he can actually roll. Oh, I know why. They were all hidden rolls, so let me delete. Let me go back to the original roll that was hidden from myself. And...
Like a pro.
Okay, that was not a particularly good roll. 74 plays against 35. Godbert, you don't even need to dodge. Just leaping out from the side of your... to your left-hand side, a ghoul lunges for you and falls just centimetres short as the cart pulls away at speed. It snarls and hisses briefly before, let's say, shuddering from the light and wiggling and wreathing its way back into a bush.
Holy Marina's titties! What the fuck was that?
Bad aim, old man. Hopefully they'll aim better next time. I shoot him a sideways look.
Oh.
Is it me, or did they react to the light to start sparking up, trying to spark up an extra couple of candles?
Oh, generally speaking, they don't really like light environment. That's why it's been dark for so long here. But I don't know. I'm trying to read this shit scribbled on a fucking napkin in the rain.
While being chased in the rain, in the dark, with... let's see how well your mouth shapes are coming along. I don't know, what do you want to do? Is mouth movements dexterity? No, this is more interpretation. Yeah, fine. Entertain sounds about right.
Entertain, yeah. That's
Or what else is there? Entertain, yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
That's a horrible low thing for me. That's 26 I have to beat.
Oh, there you go. There you go. You get a few, and they even feel a little bit familiar. Some of them are mouth movements that you've done before. Familiar vowels.
Yeah. Hey, what does this look like to you? Is it like a O or R? What do you think?
Who are you talking to?
Don't have much of an opinion, old man. Bangity bang bang bangity bang 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 bang.
Okay, how many are you opening fire on them, Yodicus? Just out of curiosity.
I'm going to take my blunderbuss. Do I have a sense of their direction after that jump? Do I see that? I mean, part of it is whether or not like kind of how I observe them.
I'll roll you an average perception as you sit there and survey for a lengthy amount of time.
Quarter second. Very long time. I will probably try to shoot at one with a...
So this will be opposed by their stealth, so...
Alright. Roll a perception. I probably won't be able to see much. Or maybe I will.
Aww. You have a really damn good look. And you can't see any.
Well,
Wow.
I'm going to keep the hammer down on the shotgun, but I've got it ready to go. But if I have no targets, I have no targets.
Reinhardt? It's wet. It is very wet. But torches are often soaked in oil and will still light, so you illuminate a torch, which, for a brief second, gives you an extra little flash of light before the shadows start creeping back against it. And for just a split second, you see... well, not Godbert, but Sigurd, Reinhard, and Yodicus, all around you. Perhaps 3 dozen, just following alongside, crawling on their hands and knees, running like horses.
I hate ghouls.
For that brief second, they hiss.
Old man, you gotten any better at calling light out of nothing?
What?
Light, you fool!
Well, go right. Oh, you know what to do. Look away.
I look away. I kind of cover
Like
my
it
eyes,
helps.
looking straight ahead.
This might take a while.
How's it going? Okay.
I'm going to channel. So.
Okay. A little bit of channeling to do.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yodicus, you're driving. Or is,
I see
or is
that-
Sigurd taking the reins now, seeing as you're aiming a blunderbuss around you?
I'm probably just kind of tossing the reins to Sigurd, grumbling to myself. I'll take aim because I could see the flickers of where they are keeping pace when Reinhardt was able to get a brief moment of light in the rain.
Okay. And
I'm gonna take aim at that with a shotgun, so that helps a little.
basically,
blast.
you can't miss. So
What's our modifiers on this? Because it's such a combination of randomness.
yeah, you can't miss. So just
Average.
just roll an average. Yeah.
I'm just because of the rain and the dodging and the
Yeah, you might aim a bit too high or a bit too low, and it is pitch dark. So, but that's still
about
a
right.
hit, and that's probably going to be about 8 of them, given the amount that you saw that are all shredded by some degree of shrapnel. Now you will hear hissing and screeching. Oh dear.
Thank you, Sigurd.
Meanwhile, a fumble from the drive, and
Assume you didn't catch it properly.
straight over a pothole, because these roads are not particularly well maintained. One very quick judder sends the lantern off of the hook.
Damn it. Dadgummit.
And where is the lantern going to fall?
Can I try and grab it?
Ooh.
If you can pass me, because this is not going to be easy. First, you need to keep yourself up. I'll allow you a average athletics just to keep yourself steady, so not too hard, and then you're going to have to catch it.
Okay.
Is this one of those rerolls, or is this a... Bearing in mind, you have your torch in the other hand, so You've got one hand to catch it with.
Well, I'll I know it was a marginal failure, but I'm still going to try and go for a catch, however hard it might be.
Okay. You can try and roll me a dexterity. That is going to be hard. So you have a 6% chance of catching this lantern.
6%.
And it is currently sailing off over the side in slow motion.
No, it's fine.
And you didn't fumble, so you didn't fall off, which makes me sad. It's okay. No lantern left.
I sort of catch it out of my eye and sort of, you know, when you're obviously not going to catch something, like something's falling off the table, you're obviously not going to, but you still do that reflex.
Put your arm out anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what Reinhardt's just done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my hand, it's gone, and I put out my hand as if to catch it. Just
hits the floor, and with a crash, you hear the glass shatter, and another brief moment of extra illumination to your left flank. Reinhard, you, after looking to catch it, you see your left flank has quite literally dozens of ghouls chasing you in the shadows. Weighing up your options, you probably have in the region of 40 to 50, I would say, surrounding you right now. And you are perhaps an hour away from your next stop, assuming you were headed to... I'm actually going to have to bring up my map here to refresh my memory. Because I believe you were headed down to... Well, no one really wants to go to Yettenberg anymore. That place is just a write-off. Schwarbrald was sort of directly en route, so...
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, it seems like a nice vacation destination.
Straight past Yettenberg to Schwarbrald. Okay, well, actually, it's roundabout now. You would be passing Yettenberg. To your left, you can see smoke coming out from the top of a few of the buildings. Not neat, tidy columns of smoke. More like buildings are ablaze, and a soft red glow to light the sky. The central building, the mansion, seems to be intact. And who knows what will come of Baron Engelbrecht, who's judged and so misunderstood.
Oh, I'll take care of him later.
Or not. Everyone wants to kill him. He's just a fat guy. Wow. I mean, he's got a bit of a Nurgle thing going on, I'll give you that.
I'm sorry. Gross mismanagement is an offense.
Gross mismanagement of food.
Hell, I didn't say of what.
Okay. Gentlemen, we have a slight problem. You have an hour to go. You have a torch. Your torch is getting very wet. Your torch would normally last an hour when it's not wet. And your light is gradually getting dimmer.
I am looking through my trappings to see what I have.
Have a look. Tickard is mumbling furiously right now.
I have my bedroll. You get strapped to the top of my pack, which is probably right in the sheet. I'll just make a motion towards it. Tear it up if you have to.
So,
it's oilcloth.
My question is, are you going to I don't know, drape it over the torch? Are you trying to make a new torch? What are you doing?
Add to the burning material of the torch.
Add to the burning material. Okay. Fuel the flames for a little bit.
You know, giving him a head jerk.
Yeah.
Sure. That's going to buy you a little bit of time.
So Reinhard is thinking through his head, is like, do I want to cover this? No, because it will illuminate the track less. Do I want to add stuff to it? Too much, and it will just burn up. I'll drop it out of my hand. Thinking, what kind of oil do I have? So, having a look around the cart.
Guard straight, you moron!
We'll come to Sighard in a moment.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
basically trying to get you killed. So it seems.
We're just going to go off the edge of a cliff into a tree, aren't we?
It does seem possible.
I'm looking around for oil, seeing if I can make some sort of. Basically, I want to double what I've got, so I can have 2.
Do you have any oil?
No.
Okay, so what are you going to squeeze in order to make oil?
I don't know. I've got blankets, bedrolls, candles, but candles won't stay alight in this weather.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I mean, you have a tinderbox.
I do have a tinderbox.
So you can, I would say, between a tinderbox, a bedroll, and a blanket, which you will have in a backpack.
Yeah.
You've probably got some stuff to burn.
Right. Okay.
I will say, tell me your plan, though. Are you just wrapping things around what is already ablaze and just hoping to continue padding out your your torch?
At the moment, I'm scrambling things together, basically doing a little count. What have I got?
Okay. You've assembled a bunch of items on the floor in front of you, and I don't know, let's say you've got your cape over at the moment, so because apparently it's a cape, so it's not getting wet temporarily.
Yeah. So I'm burning some candles underneath cape. I'm keeping the torch up high so it illuminates the entire cart. Maybe what I'm doing is draping the blanket over me, just to keep the rain off.
Okay.
Obviously using the tinderbox to light them.
Okay. We're going to come back in a moment to what you're trying to do with those items, because I'm going to roll a d10 this time. That's not a d10. I lied. That's a d10. Okay. The magnitude of this pothole is 3 on the Richter scale. Which is better than 10, right? Okay, while you have all of this stuff here in front of you, Reinhard, and I'm deeply sorry, but seriously, just blame your lord instead of me, there is a very quick, sudden thud in the cart. Seeing as it's got an open back, because whoever designed this is just useless, you're going to have to try and stop a bunch of stuff falling off very quickly.
Get the cape, pull it off myself, and use it as a net.
Okay, I will allow you to get some of the slower stuff with that. The heavier items, let's say. You could roll me a. Do we have sleight of hand that could actually be used right now? It's not really sleight of hand. Let's go with dexterity still. It's dexterity, isn't it?
Initiative, maybe.
Initiative to act. Yeah, I could see argument for initiative. Doing it quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
I will allow initiative, but it won't necessarily. Yeah. Okay. We'll start with initiative.
Okay. How difficult?
Challenging. This is against the Richter scale of 3. Okay.
That's reasonable.
It's reasonable. It's a no but. So, I will give you a choice for your no but. I will allow you to have, or cling on to half of the items. However, that will be at the expense of you falling off unless someone stops you. Would you like to take the risk?
No.
Okay.
No, the items that I've got in front of me I can't see, although they could be useful. But I mean, in the split second, I'm like, items, no, me.
Makes sense. You are safe.
So me keeping on the cart is more important than the items, which I couldn't figure out how to save us anyway.
Okay. Gentlemen, after a lot of cursing from Sighard about the state of these roads, you have another 30 minutes to go, and your torch is getting very, very dim. Godbert, you've been channeling this whole time, so let's see what you've been up to. So you can just keep on spamming if you like and see if this buys you some time. For every SL, I'll give you 5 minutes. I have some rough maths in my head. So that is, we're now successful, and now we do the cast, if I remember. I hate channeling rules, they always confuse me.
Not yet. I have 4 successes total, so another one.
One more. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
This is to harm something.
Okay. Well, in that case,
I'll give you
do
that.
this.
I mean, you know it. You know they don't like it, so I'll give you that. Hey. Okay.
Now
Half
it's
time's fine.
successful.
Okay.
That means I now cast it with a target number of 0.
Okay.
This is... Yep. That means... Yep.
Okay.
Range, maybe? More range, I guess?
I think that makes sense, just to illuminate the entire dome around you for what's going to be a heck of a distance. Okay.
Yep.
Fred?
That means, funnily enough, blinding, but also because of the lore, another blinding.
Double blind for the ghouls. That is going to buy you some time. But, more importantly, you gain worrying insight as you do this.
Wait, the ghouls are undead, right? Or are they not? Technically
Technically not, but for the sake of this, these guys are allergic to light, so yeah, you can have the same effect. They're photophobic, I think is the talent of the day. You see 100 yards into the distance, just for a moment, as this flash erupts from you. And you can see not only the crowd that is gathered around you, but in the distance, the hills and landscape is completely dotted with the dead. Hundreds on hundreds just ambling through the wilderness. Just seems the only ones that can keep up with you are the weird ghoulies. Reinhard Yordicus,
Blind.
you are currently blind. And so is Sighard, who is driving.
Damn it, Bert.
I told you to look away.
Hell, if I tried to catch the things because of Sighard's damn driving. Hell,
I hit my teeth.
hell, if it blinds me as much as it blinds them.
Oh, don't you fucking dare, Sighard.
Why has he got a 0, by the way?
Because it was he's blind driving.
Because he's blind, yeah.
He didn't fumble, so it's just for a few seconds, it's basically veering way off course. Bert, I will allow you to take the reins if you like. Does Bert know how to drive?
Right.
Or is Bert busy right now?
No, I guess I'll...
It's just a detour into the woods.
Yeah. I'll take a
good
drive.
idea.
No, nothing bad could come out of that.
Into a tree.
I'll fucking run them over.
God.
Because that will give me a bonus.
Yeah, sure. I like it. I like it. Yeah, plus 10.
It will.
Plus 10 as you aim for one of the zombies on the way back to the road.
Hey, not bad.
Okay. You very nearly get it. You just miss it by a whisker. It just whips its head to the side of... Okay, gentlemen. You have, after speeding for the majority of the journey, at 10 to 15 minutes left. Reinhard.
Mm-hmm.
Your torch has been slowly dying, and you haven't seen any sign or sight of these little glowing eyes for the past 20 minutes after Godbert did his flash of holy prayer or whatever it was, definitely not witchcraft. And then you see a pair of eyes again. And another. And another.
Yeah. So
You
they're coming
have
back. They've
to
caught up.
try and come up with a way to survive for 15 minutes or so with a torch that is just about to burn out. Right now the light is barely 6 yards.
So what I'm going to do to start with is rip up bits of bedroll, and I'm going to tear them into strips. So if the bedroll was rolled out in front of me, what I'd be doing is taking the short edge and ripping or cutting up maybe 10 to 15 centimeters and wrapping it just below the flame, so then it engulfs it. Now it's going to burn quite quickly. But what I'm planning on doing is basically attaching a candle underneath the bedroll. So wrapping the candle in the bedroll, and hopefully that will, make it burn a bit slower because the wax is gonna burn away.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm doing that continually. Every literally minute or so as it just burns out.
Okay. Roll me a... Seeing as you're completely focused on this, let's do an average dex, just to try and piece all this together sort of efficiently, keep it dry.
And hold it up so it illuminates. Oh. Okay, it's happening.
That is a yes, but. Okay. So just as you are starting to sort of spark this up and grant yourself an extra few minutes of protection, and this is the yes, but, we're going to have 1d3. 2 of the ghoulies are going to make disadvantaged lunging attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1d4. This is to see who they go for. Okay, 1 for Yodicus. And 1 for Sigurd, naturally. And we'll come to your lamp oil in a second. Okay, let's just position them here for a second while I have my funsies. Let's do Sigurd first, as he's currently reaching in the pocket for some lamp oil that he has. We'll come to that.
Actually?
Yeah, he does. As if he leaves the house with lamp oil in his pockets. You noble. This is the price you pay for being a noble. You don't get to carry things you need. Servants do that. Okay, a fumble. Well, that was supposed to be a harder target. It's still a fumble. Okay, so one of them lunges for Sigurd, just missing him and landing underneath the rear wheel, and you hear a god-awful crunch as the Reinhard underneath you, the cart just jacks up a little bit. And Yodicus, 1 attack against you, sir.
Right.
This is with just a small amount of darkness. A small amount of light, sorry. Just as it's starting to fade away, Reinhard trying his best to improvise.
Light.
Okay. Yodicus?
Reminds me of Pitch Black,
Yes, very much so.
where it's
That's pretty much what we've got going right now.
where
He's
the
got the
light
funny
is
glasses then.
just disappearing, just disappearing. Eventually,
Okay.
it's going to go out and it's just going to go silent.
So meanwhile, your Lord and Saviour has been mumbling and praying to himself and to whoever
And
else is
driving.
listening and trying to drive.
Okay.
And noticing that the light is just about to collapse and seeing you light another torch, also seeing just coming up on the horizon walls that might be a safe haven with a few small dots of light coming from them. He reaches in his pocket, Reinhard, and tosses you a small pouch of oil
Yes.
from under his seat that he keeps as a spare that he wouldn't carry on his person because he's a noble. But still,
Okay.
you bought the trappings, so who am I to deny you such a thing? The lamp oil will save the day. Reinhard, you have oil all of a sudden, which makes your life a hell of a lot easier.
Good. Dipping the end of it in, putting that bedroll around it. Last bit of bedroll, wrapping it around, dip that in oil. Yeah,
Okay.
set it alight.
We're going to do one more drive test.
Oh dear.
And if it's a fumble,
Are we losing the oil before I can dip it?
if he gets on the third fumble, you're going to lose a wheel. So, Sicard, don't fumble.
Oh. Oh.
All of a sudden, Sicard
Been
remembers
inspired, hasn't he?
How to drive.
remembers how to drive. Probably at that brief moment, Reinhard, where you were lighting this up with oil and there's that flash of ignition, you suddenly feel relieved seeing these creatures at least move a couple of yards further away. Sicard realises he had the reins back to front and quickly crosses them back over and with a quick the cart charges forwards towards the town that I forgot the bloody name of now. Good lord. It's not Yettenberg. Seedler?
Barcold.
Oldenburg.
Schwabrold.
Schwabrold.
Yes.
Open the gates.
Open the gates.
Waving the fire at them. Holding on tightly, by the way.
There's no one at the gate. It's just a gate.
Is it open? Closed?
This is the town with one guard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Was also sort of decimated. Well, no, it wasn't decimated. That's the other town. Never mind. That was Seedland.
This was the town with the.
This is the Combine
steam
Harvester.
tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine off the one, yeah, okay.
Steambine Harvester. That's the one. Yeah, so basically you're looking at either hopping off, jumping inside, one of you getting off, opening the gates, or
I'm going
You
to
tell
open the
me.
gates. Or I'm going to try. Didn't they bolt or seal all of the gates?
yes.
So I'm getting out and checking the gates.
Okay. You get out. You have a look. The gates have been barricaded from the inside.
Okay. I'll tell the guys. I'm like, the only way we're getting in here is by going over. This is a barricaded gate. I'll shout to see if the guard's there. Guards? Do I get any response?
None.
I'm gonna pass the torch back to Eurycus and start climbing up and over. Because if I remember rightly, the wall is only
Yeah, it's like
just above
6 foot tall.
head height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 6
I'm
foot
just gonna
tall. Like you can.
Quickly hop over here. Look into the town. What do I see?
Okay. I've never rolled climb in this damn campaign, so make me an easy climb. You're climbing over a fence. Have we? We're doing it again today. All of us. Let's go. Let's see who fumbles and gets bitten.
Do you remember we climbed up the mountain?
That's right. It is relatively easy.
It's supposed to be easy, Yodicus.
It is supposed to be relatively easy.
My bad. Look, 1 second here.
Also, are we all blind? Is that making a modifier?
I think that's only to perception, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, okay. It didn't. I don't think it had a modifier on it.
Okay, a success. Despite having lightweight pants and Sigurd being like 6'5", it seems that his...
You can just step up. We didn't see his roll, I don't think.
Okay, his roll was 79 out of 70.
Really?
Yes. So,
Sigurd, get your foot out of my mouth.
with his noble fancy pants robes, is just a little bit caught and needs a hand. So what we're going to do is have a ghoul try to bite his bum. Sigurd, as everyone is currently climbing over, you are being attacked from behind by a charging ghoul. So, and I will be lenient considering that I'm rolling for a player that's not here, right?
And there's Yodicus has the light, and Yodicus is close to him. The ghoul doesn't like it. Hashtag save Sigurd.
I will give a penalty because of the light. I will take away its rear charging bonus, but this is like my food is climbing over the fence. I need to eat it. One last fuck you, and you failed your climb. Right. What we'll do is we'll roll that. We'll roll it so everyone can see it. I'm going to make it challenging instead of average, just to compensate for the fact that... Oh, okay.
Good.
Okay, very last second. A little flicker of this light is enough to dissuade this ghoul from lunging at Sigurd's derriere as his expensive buttocks are lifted over the fence and into safety. Reposed with your bum. You don't get to oppose a test while climbing, sadly. But gentlemen, you are at the next step of your journey now. In a very quiet town, where there is not a single bit of movement.
Nothing in the walls.
A few very dim lights are on inside some of the buildings. There are a few lanterns lit in the streets.
Where's the patrol?
I don't think this town has anybody in it. I'm going to pick up a couple of lanterns.
Yeah, exactly. Take some lanterns and be on our way.
Oh, I let the horses loose, I think, rather than keeping them attached to the cart.
You, sir, climbed over. If you want to do that to the horses,
no,
you will be attacked. Okay.
No.
So, side note, as you are now stood there, you are treated to the sound of horses being eaten. And in reflection, Reinhard, you didn't have time.
No.
Or it would have likely resulted in a far worse fate for you.
That was a needed sacrifice.
Yeah, fuck the horses, man.
Means we go by foot now.
Right.
So this wasn't the one that was being attacked originally. This is not that town. This is the tractor town, yeah.
This is Tractor Town.
Yeah, okay.
I am trying to find a...
Have we talked... Because we haven't talked to the other party, have we? Oh, hang on. No. Yodicus was there. Weren't you?
Yeah, he was.
Because you came back with the road wardens 2 or 3 sessions ago. So maybe you've told us, have you? Are you on mute, Yodicus?
No, I'm not on mute. Oh, well, I wasn't for a second there, but so this isn't... If I recall correctly, this is not the town that we were in. This is a town I haven't been in.
I don't think...
Or is this... Go ahead.
I think this is the first town you went to.
You might not have been there that session.
Not in session. I think you just mean generally. But the only group
Right.
I'm aware
Which
of
town is
that
it?
have met with the Engineer Lord, the former Engineer Lord, was the group that went to investigate the Combine Harvester. I don't think Yordicus was there.
No, I've been to this town, which is probably why I've been an astounding failure on my perception test, because normally there's more people around. I wasn't part of that group. The town that I went to was not the engineer town, it was the rival town that the very short Edna Mode lady is from. That's on the other side of the road. So this is a different prefecture.
But you would have talked to the guys since,
You
whereas
guys
I've...
converse about these things. You will have heard stories. It's not like you're not friends.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't sit around the tavern telling tales.
Yeah.
You know a little bit about this place.
So that's what I'm trying to get hold of. Like, do we know the fact that we've got this massive tank thing, or do we know nothing? But I think we would know because...
You do.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, it would have been talked about by Heinrich, I'm sure. And probably Lothar would have mentioned it to Sigurd. In fact, certainly he would have.
I probably would have mentioned it in passing now that I think about it, but it's one of those things where it's like, what do you have paid it? He might not have known what it was. So yeah, but either way.
One thing you would have known, Yodicus, as part of the arrangement was that one of your blacksmiths was sent down there. So from a bookkeeping point of view, you would have known a blacksmith had gone down to here to assist with the project, the engineering project.
Do I know if there was a tavern or a public house he was supposed to be staying at?
I would say all buildings look much of a muchness here.
I almost want to take a moment to see if we can find him, to find out, A, if we can get things to keep pushing forward, but B, to find out what's happened here since we've been away.
Okay. Well, could always do a door-to-door, I guess.
I'm going to go to the first house that looks like it's got lights, and probably start knocking.
Okay. A little knock.
Lanterns don't light themselves.
Yeah, well...
Doing the same thing.
Normal lanterns done.
What accent did the bloody chiropractor have?
The chiropractor?
Yeah. Where was he from? I can't remember.
I think he was a northerner.
Yeah.
No, I reckon he was a farmer.
Bit more West Country, baby.
Yeah.
So.
You knock. Hey up. There's nobody home.
I can clearly hear that you're home. I'm looking for the blacksmith from Tom.
Oh. Well, why would you be looking over here for one of those?
I pay his salary.
Oh. Have you come to save us?
Well, after a fashion.
You get the sense he's sort of at least moved closer to the window to listen to you a little bit better.
Oh, well, as long as you didn't bring any of the Deadites with you, because,
Apparently they don't like your wall.
no, they can't climb.
I let this man live in blissful ignorance.
We'll be safe. Just leave us in our house and we'll just, let it all blow over.
No doubt.
Just wait till morning.
There won't be a morning, sir. Where's my blacksmith?
Oh, the blacksmith, right. I think he's staying with a noble.
At the noble's residence. Would you be so kind as to direct me?
Aye, it's the building on the left. The one with the slightly off roof. It's off by 3 degrees, don't you know?
That's an unusual degree of precision, and I'll keep it in mind.
I know. Still, best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir. You enjoy waiting out the morning.
Will do. You be taking care, and remember, don't go bringing any deadites.
Hmm.
Hear a second voice from inside.
Shut up, Larry. Stop talking to the deads.
They're not dead eyes.
Insert bickering.
Do I know where he's directing me to?
Yes.
Okay.
The next building along. And with a knock and a knock, we will wait until next Monday to start the final, what will be the final episode. Part 3 of the finale. For part 2 arrives Friday. Gentlemen, a gradual crescendo. How are you feeling?
I'd actually feel confident if my dice rolled higher than like an 80 something.
If you were capable of rolling good, yeah.
Yes. If not even good, just like average, like 50s. I'd be cool with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair.
I enjoyed that. Yeah, and I specifically enjoyed my 99 roll. That was.
That was.
But I wanted to play with it. I was thinking, I could re-roll, but actually, I wanted to play with it.
Yeah.
It's fun to fail.
I like your decision.
It's fun to fail sometimes.
It is.
It makes it more interesting. And I tried to kill Sigurd several times. Didn't work.
It did. Yeah. Sorry for that. Yeah.
He's a bit
save
tough.
Sigurd.
He's a bit tough to just off.
Yeah. Although he did try to kill the group with 3
Several
fumbles.
times. Yeah. Yeah.
Why did we let him drive?
I don't know.
That's
you
your
know what?
choice.
That was me listening to Hydra. I was like, I don't know, but he's kind of an NPC at the moment. And then you're like, yes, let him drive.
Let him drive, yeah.
I didn't know he was so bad until I looked and
Really
found
bad.
a 30 and was like, he. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh
Before or
dear.
after you said let him drive?
Any reflections from chat before we wrap up today? I'm happy to. We actually finished slightly early. And any musings from the players on just sort of stuff?
Wondering what the surprises will be, and
Yes.
wondering what the spells are.
Yes.
Still haven't done them. And
Can we get in the prototype? That's what I'm thinking.
oh yeah.
How do we get the Steam Deck?
Hashtag save Sigurd. He's been following us. I see in the chat.
He showed up.
Yeah,
You
he's
could've-
been
you
here
could've
the
just
past few
joined in.
minutes.
Yeah, he could have just joined in at the end.
Are the horses undead now? They're bits of meat. They might be skeletal horses.
Oh,
I guess.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they might be. The skeletons are up and moving as well, so that's highly possible. I guess it depends how vigorously the ghouls ate their food. I'm guessing they probably ate the ligaments and took the bones apart and put them in different places while gnawing, but who knows? Maybe. I just wanted to say you're a big fan of Goblet's story. Thank you very much, Retro, and well done to you, Goblet. I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying your bits. I'm looking forward to your surprise, but I know what it is.
I took a little bit of a backseat because Jodocus and Reinhardt seem to enjoy themselves, and I decided to just let them play it out more. So, I didn't feel any need to add anything, or I think he was just busy and otherwise occupied, and the gloom hanging over him, sort of, because he's anticipating a bad ending. That's
Still alive.
He is, of course. I'm furiously optimistic, of course, but
How is
all four
Doc
of us are
Holliday the
alive.
most optimistic person right now?
How's everyone doing for fate points before the finale? So, okay, Jodocus is going to be hard to kill.
Oh, I'll be very tough to kill.
Yeah, Godbert's at more risk.
yeah,
Sigurd,
but I've still got those. I roll a 1 thing. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll just take loads and loads and loads of corruption points.
Yeah, I will say the last couple of sessions are going to be tough because most of the combat up until now has been like the last few fights have been pretty timid.
I really liked the what are they called? Abdominal pits. I can't remember what they're called. I literally played Skaven.
The mini horrors. Yeah, the abominations.
Hell pit. So those weren't proper hell pit abominations.
No, those were mini ones.
versions.
They were minis because the big ones would be like the size of a giant. So those wouldn't
have fit. Yeah, they wouldn't have fit, would they?
Those were like probably 6, 7, 8 foot. Bit less than that, but easy enough to dispatch with, kind of like a troll, basically. And dispatching.
But small enough to fit in the.
Exactly. To make tunnels and crawl through
inside in tunnels. Yeah.
The juvenile form of the whatever that worm is that they used to make.
Abomination. Oh, and I liked the Jabba slide that you added to the other group. That was fun.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to something meaty for Reinhard to really get stuck into.
Yes.
We're stuck to just like the underside
absorbed. Like what happened to Mr. Matt? Just got hit with that tail and that's it. I was like, you need to burn a fate. You need to burn a fate. You even asked him. He's like, no, I'm not going to burn a fate.
He's Chad. He's got a broken arm, but he's still got his fate. Mad respect. Who needs a second arm anyway? You've already got one. You've got a spare.
His wife would bother him the same anyway. His wife would bother him the same either way.
That's one of those utterly Chad moments where you're like, oh my god, your character's got a broken arm, and you just say, I got a spare. Like uber Chad points for that. Chad points.
Based.
Absolutely based.
So I've got 2 fate left. 2 fate, 2 resilience, 2 resolve, 2 fortune, 2's all round.
Yeah,
so
same.
Yeah.
I've got a reasonable enough stuff to burn.
So next session we're going to have you trying to get there, which we're not going to just be fast forwarding through that. That's going to be a thing. And
I've got an idea.
Then you're going to have to deal with whatever the hell there is to deal with there.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this music will be appropriate for your tractor ride.
Yeah.
Just riding on your combined harvester. Yeehaw! Hardly a session finale soundtrack, but at the same time, maybe.
Yeah, this is Sighard. This is Sighard getting on that thing and putting it into gear and mulching his way to the tower.
Pulling down a little speakerphone, being like, "Yeehaw, Roger Tudor, got your tree nanner." Oh, good lord. Good lord. Okay.
Zombies don't do well against combine harvester, I'm pretty sure.
A question from chat that we'll answer before we wrap up. Plans for the hiatus after the final session. I am going to start something up probably within a month of stopping. If Godbert is still happy to, I'm probably only going to be doing 1 day a week because I'm struggling at the moment with just doing any prep. Most sessions at the moment are just completely improvised, so I would like to... I need to reduce a little bit of load on myself, so I think Godbert may be doing some GM stuff.
I have no life, so
I'll be streaming it, and hopefully we can divert some stuff to Godbert's channel through that as well, because he does some YouTube videos on how to be a player and how to do playing, and how to GM as well. So that's worth checking out. So. Not too much of a hiatus. I mean, we might do a couple of silly one-shots just to fill the time. I don't want to have like a month of nothing. So what we might do is like a couple of Fridays in the middle where we just do something silly. And just go from there. But probably 1 week off afterwards just to give everyone some time. And on that note... we should probably have a chat as players about what the plan is for that. But thank you very much, viewers, for viewing. Thank you, players, for playing. well done for surviving the gradual build-up of tension. Any thoughts on... I quite like the firing an arrow in an air thing. I thought that's just a good test for Tal.
Yeah.
It just seemed...
Yeah.
Seemed like
it was a good fit.
I mean, the chances of it hitting you were pretty slim anyway, but the idea being that the god is guiding the arrow, not you, so...
Yeah.
He might make a decision.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like, where?
It was really cool. It was really cool visually in my mind. The fact that yeoman, this proper bear of a man, is just stretching out this longbow, and it just like he keeps on going, and keeps on going, keeps on going, and it just looks like a diamond at this point. He points it straight up, and just it was really cool. I saw this. Yeah, I
like the
sort of visualized it really. Yeah, really cool in my head.
Right.
Like, I'm going to put up my buckler and it's going to do nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, tune in Friday for part 2 of the finale, where we will find out what the fate of Tarm is, and if anyone survives, as quite literally the legions of the dead descend through the town. So who knows what's going to happen with that. That is where we pick up on from the last Friday that you saw, where they saw the town on fire. So apologies for the confusion with backtracking a bit there, but it needed to all make sense. And next Monday will be the Battle of the Tower for the fate of Reichland.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Duel of the Fate.
Yes. And you finally get to meet the big bad.
And Sighard has told me he's going to put all of his points into drive tonight. So.
Yeah, he's got his 50 XP. Well, I could put some points in while I'm here. What shall I put them in? Gossip.
Yeah.
Craft writing.
I think I roleplayed him fairly well, so I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Give him that. He
You didn't make him do anything completely ridiculous.
Does anyone know how to drive the... obviously, no one knows how to drive a bloody steam tank, but does anyone have any skills of applicableness to this? I don't think anyone is good at drive.
I do. I have it. I have drive actually as a class skill.
Oh, there you go.
I mean...
Okay. That may be a good point dump before the last session, perhaps.
Yep, thinking about that.
Either that or find a driver somewhere, and I'm going to try and nag. Celep and see if he's ready to come back for a final session.
That would be a heck of a come out of nowhere moment.
As there is a blacksmith in town.
From?
No pressure.
Yes.
No pressure, Dewey, but I'm coming for you.
He wasn't
Yes,
yet
Dewey.
before. He still is.
He might still be there, but if he's up to it, and
It'd be really cool if he could be our driver. Do the driver.
yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go.
Oh, he is a dwarf. So.
There you go. Makes sense. Gentlemen, ladies, see you next time.
Have a good one.
Evening.